G'day, ZiggyD here, coming at you again from the PTR. Time for the most exciting part of all of this 107 crafting testing I've been doing. Today I'm actually going to craft some gear. Now I've got enough here, enough materials for I'm going to do a couple, probably 8 razor spikes of dexterity, and then I'll probably do 7 Archon gauntlets of dexterity, and then I'm going to do a couple dexterity amulets and a couple vitality amulets. Now, as I said in the last video, demonic essences really hasn't been much of a bottleneck for me in this, just mainly these main ingredients, but it's not such a big issue. I'm not trying to get like a huge sample size of crafting here or anything. I'm just trying to experiment with it and get a feel for what it feels like for just an average player who's going to be doing this. Because your average player is going to, you know, farm a couple hours a day maybe, or, you know, if they're at school or after work or things like that, and have enough materials and gold to buy materials for crafting a few items, and this is what most people are going to experience. Most people aren't going to have the billions upon billions of gold to sink into crafting. Most people are only going to be able to do a couple, so I feel like I'll be able to get a representation of what they'll experience, and I'm pretty excited. I'm always very excited for crafting. If you watched my my auction house free hardcore let's play video series that I did, you probably would have seen how excited I can get for crafting, so I've been very disappointed about the lack of it in the game. Yeah, so I'm keen to get started. Now, before I start, I just wanted to cover a few things like whether these items are actually best in slot, and whether they have the potential to be best in slot and things like that. Now, the 2 items that do definitely have the potential to be best in slot are the Archon gauntlets and the amulet. Currently, there are no legendaries that serve these slots better for the vast majority of builds than rares, and well-rolled rares, and since these can roll higher than the highest rolled rare, simply because of that higher main stat. Let me go over this here. We've got let's go to vitality, because the dexterity one's an exception. But 101 to 115 vitality is higher than normal gloves can roll by I think it's like 15% or something. Don't quote me on that. So they still have the range of affixes they can roll, like normal gloves can roll, but because they can get that higher main stat, they are potentially best in slot by a margin. So something else that I also really like about this system is that they've accounted for the fact that certain slots have higher main stat values. See, the gloves here, as I said, are an exception to the rule, where these have 100 to 115, these have 200 to 230, and that's because gloves will naturally roll higher dexterity than other slots. Or I should say, gloves will roll higher dexterity than other main stats will roll in the glove slot. Now, slots that aren't going to be best in slot for most classes are the chest, the pants, the shoulders, and the wrists. Now, wrists for me could potentially be best in slot because I don't need lacunis. Everyone else is using lacunis except dexterity classes, because dexterity classes have access to Inner's Temperance, which also give you that move speed. So lacunis become not best in slot for that reason. So that's why I'm going to be crafting some braces today. The other exception is for barbarians with shoulders. Strength can roll much higher on rare shoulders than it can on the vile wards, and this is going to be even more the case now with the new craftable shoulders. So craftable shoulders, if you're a barbarian, are a good one to start with crafting. So I'm going to craft up these now, and I'll cut to once I've got them done, and we'll have a look and see how they turned out. Alright, now I've rolled the gloves and the braces. Let's roll some amulets now. I'm going to do 4 dexterity amulets and then just 2 vitality amulets, just to fill it out a little bit since I have the gems to do it. Might as well. Not really wasting anything on the PTR after all. Ah, why not? Let's go nuts with the vitality amulets here and craft them all. So let's go ahead and quickly take a look at all these. Now remember, crafting RNG is quite large. Like, there's a large potential base of stats when you only really want a few like stats. You want the Trifecta stats, the crit chance and crit damage and attack speed and main stat vitality or resist, those things. So there's a large pool of stats that you don't want. So far more often than not, you're going to get gloves that, well, any armor that's essentially useless. But look, pretty nice dexterity rolls on these. So I've got some more resist there, some crit chance, pickup radius. They're kind of nice gloves actually. Not certainly, probably if they were a drop, they probably wouldn't sell for much on the auction house, but nice. You can certainly see some potential here. So now we've got some crit chance dex, very high vitality braces there. Wow. What have we got? Some more magic fine braces, some more crit chance, dexterity and vitality, intelligence for the all resist. Be interesting to see if I get an upgrade on the PTR. That would be pretty unlucky, I would think, since I can't carry it over into the main game. Dexterity, Vite, Fizz, All Resist, Crit Chance. Those are nice braces. A bit less damage because of the lower Dexterity roll. This one has a very high Dexterity roll. I think that's a combined, possibly a combined Int Dex and then a Dex roll as well, and then Crit Chance. So it's 4 affixes combined into 3. It's a very, very nice defensive piece. I think a monk would be very happy with those braces. So that's a pretty nice roll there, I think. What else have we got here? So let's take a look at these Dexterity ones now. Lots of stats on that one. Some average damage. I'm a big fan of average damage. Attack speed, lots of stats. Nothing really there. Nothing really there. Wow, huge average damage roll on that amulet. Vitality, intelligence, fire, resist, or resist. Had potential, but no crit chance, no crit damage. That's really what you really want. I think I saw one in here. Whoa! Okay, so it's a low crit chance roll, but that is a Trifecta amulet there, people. Wow. Yes. That's actually quite good. Wow. That's not even a Dexterity amulet, that's a Vitality amulet, and it's a big upgrade for me in terms. Look at that extra damage from an amulet without Dexterity there. My current amulet doesn't have Dexterity, fair enough, but yeah, wow. That's pretty good. Lacking the average damage. Well, that's a nice Trifecta amulet there. So I did, what, out of all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Did 24 crafts and managed to get a reasonable Trifecta amulet there. It's got a very high crit damage roll, a good attack speed roll, an average crit chance roll, very high vitality, intelligence, fire resist, schmick, nice. So this was a lot of fun. I look forward to actually crafting these things up and getting another roll like this or better once the patch actually hits for real. I'm not on the PTR. So hopefully this video has given you guys a good idea of the potential of this new crafting system and how you can use it to potentially get some upgrades for your character. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.